Game number 1, FreeBirds taking it over Team MinMax on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah.
We are looking at the next map, which is going to be coming up. Looks like Team MinMax wants to have first pick, so map pick going to be coming from FreeBirds here.
Yeah, FreeBirds are the Titans here, but man, if anybody can take a map off of FreeBirds, it's going to be Team MinMax. So I think this game, expect them to come out with every bit of aggression that we saw in the previous game that allowed them to take such a quick first lead.
Lobby has started.
Yeah, what map are we going to?
We're going to Towers of Doom, Mr. Ghost.
I could not ask for a more exciting map between these two teams. Towers, being my absolute favorite map to watch as far as esports is concerned. Always a good chance for an incredible game. Always a good game on Towers of Doom.
I fully expect another thriller to the end. I mean, yeah, well, of course. But all right, so this time I think it's an opportunity that we actually see a Dahaka ban.
Yeah. I don't know if it's ban worthy. It's good, and they're gonna use it. I don't know if you let some of the other stuff through though.
I mean, this is arguably Dahaka's best map.
Okay.
Just because of the way he's able to manipulate the wave, get there onto the shrines when they're spawning, the altars rather, with the brush stock. He can create mismatches so easily on this map. I just think it's too dangerous of a hero, especially when you're up against Glogan. That I don't know how many of these games FreeBirds have watched, but I mean, we've seen him on our stream play Dahaka now 3 games in a row. So Glogan definitely prioritizing the hero. Do FreeBirds want to ban it out? I don't know. If it was me, sure, I probably would, or I'd try to take it away from him. But definitely opportunity that we're going to see him somewhere, either in a ban or a pick for one of these teams.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, I don't think it's ban worthy, but I could see I could see FreeBirds taking Dahaka for themselves for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a possibility.
Yeah, it's definitely within the realm of possibility. I don't know what these teams are going to pull out otherwise. We could see the return of some kind of hyper carry from one of these teams for sure. Coming out here, we could see the Chromie once again. This is a good map for Chromie, and that Chromie almost worked. You know, really with Stitches versus Chromie, it's who's going to get that hit, who's going to get the hook, who's going to get the big Chromie dunk, so either way, that's how that could work out. Do we see the Rainer again? I'm wondering.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in some form. It's a ban or a pick, but does he? I mean, I guess helping like siege down that bottom lane. Absolutely. I think that Hyperion, you saw it there, helped secure some keeps.
Oh yeah.
I think another hero that we could be looking at seeing is that Abathur that we saw earlier. And let me check my notes here. It was played by it was our first match of the day by Umbrella and Limonada played it up against Team Name Change. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a common hero on this map. Towers of Doom draft starting here.
Yeah.
Any other heroes you're looking at?
I mean, other than meta picks, like I can't really think of anything in particular. I'm not sure what these teams are up to as other than what we've seen. But we can expect strong picks. Diablo, Deckard. I can imagine another Deckard band coming out from Team MinMax right now. I do want to see what team. Yep, there it is. I do want to see what Team MinMax does with their first pick. The first 3 picks are going to show us a lot of what they have to offer here, as terms of what their plan is for this map. Genji immediately banned out. They don't want to leave that one on the table. Probably think he's too good for this map.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it during the first draft that we were surprised the Genji made it through, and it was quickly snapped away by FreeBirds. This time, FreeBirds banning it out themselves. I think a bit curious, but I guess knowing that first pick's over on the side of Team MinMax this time, Yep, there it is. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. This does leave open that Dahaka, whether or not they want the first pick on it. I don't think they would.
But they do.
But they do. What do you know?
I will say the one constant we've seen, I thought the one constant was going to be Genji ban, but the one constant we've seen this whole Open Cup is Yrel ban. Yrel, nobody wants to deal with Yrel. Genji,
we've had Yrel banned every single game.
Yeah. Genji, maybe you let through, but Yrel, no chance that you let that blue goat get through.
Phoenix, Malfurion, the selections here for FreeBirds. I'm a fan of Phoenix, and we've seen a lot of him this evening. I think, again, with the triple ban phase, it's kind of opened up some heroes that are a bit lower than the top of the top. And Phoenix is one of those heroes that sits right there in that, next tier. And we're seeing a lot of him just because of how much versatility he brings in terms of, he can burst down heroes with the Purification Salvo. He's got really good sustain with his auto attacks. Hanzo and Diablo are the picks here for Team Min-Max. But I think Phoenix is just in a really great spot right now.
He is. I think it's a little bit of the third band, and I think it's a little bit of Phoenix is probably more powerful and competitive than people maybe realize right now. We've seen Phoenix in so many different games. Zeratul immediately banned out, so maybe we can look to see some kind of heavy burst or low mobility character coming out on the side of FreeBirds, maybe a Jaina or something like that, to go with the Malfurion route. Just to really try and prevent that. Or maybe they just don't want to deal with a particular Zeratul player on there. Team Min-Max, realizing how powerful Stitches is, gets a ban. They take a note from one of our previous series where the team did not ban Stitches, and it ended up poorly for them. So they do get themselves a Rainer. Maybe they didn't want the Zeratul into the Rainer.
These auto attacks are deadly now. Phoenix and Rainer both on the side of FreeBirds.
Cassia?
Is it worth the Cassia? They've already taken 2 warriors, so Johanna is not an option.
Yeah.
Is Cassia worth it? Like, you're not going to go Lily. Like, the only option left is the Cassia. But is she vulnerable in a matchup like this? Blaze and Malfurion providing a lot of lockdown already. Instead, the Thrall, they don't want the Thrall to be paired with that Phoenix. I mean, I still think FreeBirds do want to tank here, but
they're looking to get in their face. They're saying, no, you can't have our Zeratul. You've got Dahaka going in from flank. You've got Diablo rushing in. You've got Thrall coming in and providing Earthquake. You could see the Earthquake APOC combo. Team Min-Max showing off the power of APOC in this last match. And they grab themselves a Tyrael, a very rare pick at the moment. Tyrael used to be... In the last phase, Tyrael was very popular, and you saw Tyrael a lot. But in HGC, he has a low pick rate and a low win rate.
Hear me out. And this is my favorite comp. They're missing one piece, but they have the Phoenix and they have the Tyrael. Is this going to be a Judgment Planet Cracker comp? See, when I run it, we run Judgment, Planet Cracker, and Hinterland Blast on Falstead and just delete any target we want.
Yeah. The extra spicy taco.
No, we call it the Meme Beam Dream Team.
Meme Beam Dream Team. Yeah. Trust me, I know you like that. Hero with just Planet Cracker. It seems like some kind of Planet Judgment, some kind of Galactus alt. I'm not sure exactly what it would be called, but Tyrael. That's kind of rough. Maybe if you have the Blaze follow-up, it can work along with the Malfurion route. You chain those CCs together. That lasts long enough for a Planet Cracker. But I think with the Blaze slows, also you have Tyrael and Phoenix. You've got a lot of stuff that can proc Purification Salvo as well as Ace in the Hole.
Over on the left-hand side, your number 2 seed in HGC Open. It's FreeBirds. Battery going to be on the Phoenix. Howwin on Rainer. Fancy Pants playing the Blaze. Diesel on the Tyrael. And Dark Chimera going to be playing the Malfurion.
And over on the side of the Gravekeeper, we've got Danger Worm on Thrall. Sorry, representing Team Min-Max. Danger Worm on Thrall, Glogan playing Dahaka, VFDG on that Hanzo again, LZ Gamer on the Diablo, and Sunshine on that Rhaegar. So a lot of comfort picks here as well in favor of Team Min-Max.
So I think the most unique selection, at least from what we've seen played so far this evening in all the matches, is the tier of Glogan very low, 300 health. Ellie's Gamer also going to fall. Wow, quick damage from FreeBirds. They're taking it to him here at level 1, but pulled back into tower range by Glogan.
Oh man, Raynor just executed Thrall right there. A penetration round right to the head of the leader of the Horde. And man, Phoenix Raynor early game damage, absolutely no joke at the moment. Very strong early game. Fortunately for Team MinMax, not a whole lot of XP loss right there. Really, the minions actually giving a bigger deficit to Team MinMax than the hero deaths. Really only 300 XP from those early hero deaths. Just a bit of a moral loss than anything actual.
You got to see the headshot from Halloween on that Raynor. That was
slick. That was the outlaw Jim's Raynor. Jim's Raynor. Raynor's plural. You hate to see that, especially if you drafted an Abathur. But the Marshal is in town and he's taking names.
We didn't yet mention Thrall is on Crash Lightning this game, so we'll see what kind of value that Danger Worm is able to get from that hammer. Okay, so you have Glogan 4 games in a row playing Dahaka, the history regen build. Every single time Battery under trouble has to warp away that time. LZ Gamer showing up here. But this time, I think they have an enormous amount of lockdown. If they can get a charge and a follow-up route and then a free drag from Dahaka, what target can survive that if Crash Lightning is stacked up by Thrall? I don't really think anything can. Maybe Blaze if he gets the hunker down.
Dahaka's in trouble up top. Blaze and Phoenix going in on Glogan. Does pull Blaze into the towers there, and Dahaka lives.
But my point is, I think the CC chain later on in the game is going to be dirty from Team MinMax. We'll see if they can execute this very high skill execution, maybe lead it off with that Dragon's Arrow. But I think definitely some opportunity for a lot of kills on especially Battery if they can find him, isolate him before and interrupt him before his warp away. So maybe some free kills there, but they have to make it happen. Right now, Dahaka up top getting the top right, Blaze on the top left, and this is where Dahaka shines. Able to brush stalk in here to the bottom side, and here he comes, gonna separate the team, gonna find a drag onto Malfurion. Dark Chimera very low, gets just a barely bit of heal with that Moonfire to keep himself alive, but the altar's taken away, and now Team MinMax are able to just walk out of here, but I don't think Diesel wants to let him go. Fancy Pants here as well, gonna throw some oil, might have a jet propulsion as well, but his team did not come to follow. So back to safety, Team MinMax. They get 2 of the altars, leading 36-32.
That's a really good play. Excuse me. Oh my goodness.
Miss you.
Thank you. But that was a fantastic play coming out from Team MinMax. They're not a whole lot lost on the side of FreeBirds. They do still have a slight XP advantage. Glogan is up here making sure to get some of that back, and they only have 4 shots down, so they're able to go get the camp, and not a whole lot lost here. And a surprisingly late camp start here on this map. Oh, a big flip on the Diesel for Diesel. Okay.
So look at this, Thrall opting for Feral Resilience at level 4.
Oh.
I guess he wants that extra bit of armor against all these auto attacks coming out from Raynor, coming out from Phoenix, even Tyrael, quite the auto attacker himself. So looking to get that, 50 physical armor is pretty good, and finally picking up Ancestral Wrath here at level 7. What are your take on that? What's your take on the talent? I don't think it's something you see every day out of Thrall. But do you think it makes sense here in this comp?
The 4 talent, no, I mean, of course it makes sense. We were already talking about how Blinds would be very good, how a Cassia would be good in here, and it makes sense that Thrall might take a block talent here. The only thing you really lose by not taking Mana Tide is having less mana. And if you can absorb some of those shots by James Raynor or Phoenix, that's going to be a huge advantage for you, especially with Arsenal synergy coming off Phoenix. If you are able to block that damage mitigation, that's a huge amount of Phoenix damage loss. Speaking of Phoenix channeling bottom here all by himself. Team MinMax opting to fight over this top shrine and push them off. they're trying to find some purchase onto FreeBirds here, but they're not able to really make much happen. They're having to back up here. Thrall getting chunked out and having to back up. He's getting real low on mana. So is Logan. Gets a pull onto Battery. They're able to find the damage, but Battery teleports out before they can kill him. LZ Gamer's in big trouble. Almost gets taken down, but there's the pull on the Hound Win.
Oh, wow. Raynor barely escaping. Battery's also low on that Phoenix. So I think they're fine. They ended up getting the bottom one. They're just going to trade him out. Danger Worm going to gather that for Team Min-Max. So they keep their 4-point lead after they got 2 on the first one. Splitting there makes it 32-28 in favor of Team Min-Max. So Dahaka is able to split out, start getting this XP. They have this slight XP lead, even down in kills. How do you see this kind of transpiring? I think level 10, depending which direction they want to go with the ultimates, especially for FreeBirds. Look at this.
Is going to be where it's going there. There's a big jet propulsion on their Blaze trying to make his way to safety, trying to juke and jive, has to pop Pyromania and gets out just in time. Does not have tap available. Dahaka does not find the tongue onto Blaze, and Blaze survives that gank attempt. The camps are up, and they're going to use this as opportunity for FreeBirds to invade the Sapper camp here, but not if Glogan has anything to say about it.
Yeah, Glogan moving in here, trying to see if he can do anything. Instead, just going to back up. They want this camp. The Sappers have spawned. Both teams going to trade them out. Okay, so level 10s are so close, and I think if your team min-max, you want to play patient, you want to wait till you get the 10s, but your window at level 10 is going to be so small. And here it is right now. They only have a few moments here with this advantage. Are they going to look for anything? Instead, they're just going to keep stacking up the Thrall. He now hit 15 stacks on his Crash Lightning. See, I mean, it's starting to really do some work. Diablo holding his heroic for now. It is going to be APOC.
It is the APOC Earthquake combo comes out.
And it's going to be Sanctification from Tyrael, along with the Purification Salvo Bunker, Raynor's Raider, and Tranquility is the play here from Malfurion.
All right, getting the Raynor's Raider for a little bit of extra vision, a bit of more damage there coming out from Raynor. They are just sort of testing each other out onto this bottom altar. Fancy Pot's taking a bunch of damage. Glogan back there misses the tongue, but there's a jet propulsion on the Glogan. There's the Dragon's Arrow. Doesn't find anything. With the Earthquake, APOC Arrow comes out. They find a pull on the Phoenix. Battery backs up. LC Gamer tries to find a different target. Blaze in the bunker. Glogan's getting low. The Ancestral is out. It connects. And everybody on the side of Team Min-Max is at full health.
Yeah, and look at Thrall. He's so stacked up on his Crash Lightning. There's Sanctification, but Thrall, when he went stacks, he just started ripping through some of these heroes, especially the Phoenix. You saw Battery get so low there, interrupted then again there by Sonic Arrow. Diablo charging forward. LZ Gamer in a weird spot. Jet Propulsion gonna lock him in. LZ Gamer is gonna fall. Third kill of the game here for FreeBirds, as now they have advantage here on this bottom side altar. They get a tongue onto Tyrael, but he's able to back up. Another great jet propulsion cleanse has to be used on Glogan to back up back to the well to get some health back. But finally, the altar is taken by FreeBirds, now evening up the score on the board, 28 apiece remaining on the course for both of these teams, Ghost.
Seems like it might have been a miscommunication there by LZ Gamer. LZ Gamer charged in and they just turned and focused on him, and either it was a miscommunication or they realized it was a bad engage and they just said, okay, let me die, I've got souls, I'll come back, I'll be fine. And they just give the altar on over to FreeBirds.
So mid-game, just about 10 minutes expired on the clock. Raynor, of course, online with that Raider, which is doing some work in the bottom lane, but here comes an aggressive move by Team Min-Max. They're not able to get anything done with that engagement.
What a good peel.
Yeah, just really
with that root zoned everybody out from that engagement. The arrow came out and they were not able to make anything happen. They try to force this camp. They realize they don't have the tools to defend it, and they go instead to go get their own.
Yeah, they had to back up there. They had FreeBirds split, but Phoenix would have been able to potentially warp over that wall, show up, and then Blaze, obviously on a flanking jet propulsion, has been the bane of their existence so far in this one. So I think respect there, backing up, making sure they're not losing any lives, especially before these altars spawn. They end up just getting their own sappers. They're going to trade them out here in the bot lane, as they should. Both teams putting heavy prioritization on this bottom lane, making sure that neither is going to get down one of these forts in this bottom lane, because once they do, the map will definitely start tilting in favor of the team with that aggressive fort take.
Yeah, looks like teams might think about trading out here. Phoenix might come in here. Looks like they're going to dissuade them, and both teams sort of agreeing to let each other stay tied. This is a close game. Both teams just on the verge of hitting 13. Both teams at exactly 24 shots left on the core. Who knows where this is going to go?
I mean, it is neck and neck. There is a great holy ground splitting off that push. LZ Gamer in a weird spot, start backing up. He has his Rhaegar in support here. There is a huge Dragon's Arrow 8-bot combination. They're going to get some kills. That's one. That's two. Make it three. Diesel could be next. Holy ground going to get him back to safety. But finding those 3 kills now gives opportunity for Team Min-Max to do the sieging they need in this bottom lane. This fort is down. There's nothing they can do to save this. Only Tyrael here in defense. Clay's up top still soaking. And finally, a team has made a move on the back of that amazing Dragon's Arrow by VFBG, the combination from LZ Gamer with the APOC, and Fort's down there.
The Wombo combo is real, an amazing shot on the Dragon's Arrow by VFBG. Nails 4 people. The APOC comes out instantly to trap them in there. Everybody goes down. It's a 4-man wipe, and they take down a fort, and the game in an instant swings on over to Team Min-Max.
The only thing that is, you hate to see it for Team Min-Max is, oh, wait, here they are. The altars are spawned. And remember, they have that Dahaka, but he's in a weird spot. Look at Blaze. He's sitting here up here with Phoenix, gonna keep Glogan back, make sure he's not able to harass Phoenix there. But they have opportunity here to pick up 10 shots on the enemy core. Blaze is going to have to play aggressive on Dahaka on that top right altar.
Yeah, everybody is going to start rotating over there. It looks like they are, in fact, going to go through that bush. Dahaka is in trouble. Instead, they decide to take the bottom sapper camps. Just let them get the 6 shots over here. Dahaka in trouble. Dahaka might even go down. But LZ Gamer gets a stun and an APOC combo against the wall onto Malfurion. Gets the Sanctification and Ice Block out. Bunker has to be popped. And what a defense of this altar. 2v5.
Sappers bottom are going to push across the line as well. Keep an eye on those. That's an extra 3 points if they go. And this altar is being captured by Sunshine. So not only did they get to 10, but they're also getting to 3, and they're getting that kill right there on Hao Win and that Rainer. This boss is now sitting here. What was going to be 10 shots turned into 13. Now could be 17 total shots, putting FreeBirds under 10. Holy Ground is the only option, but look, they're going to hold it just long enough to make sure Tyrael can't make this play. What a turn of events in the past 3 minutes here for Team Min-Max. Amazing synergy. Twice we've seen the Dragon's Arrow APOC combo come out. Right now, Blaze in a really awkward spot. Has to use his bunker. Is Diablo going to body block? Doesn't step in front of that. I kind of wish he would have stepped forward to make sure that Avenue wasn't there for Blaze to escape, but
that was absolutely amazing. You thought that altar was gone for. Dahaka burrowed, and Dahaka and Diablo said, hey, we've got just enough health to hold these people off. Hanzo fires a dragon arrow, and Diablo just pins this guy against the wall, Japanese drama style, and they get a whole ton of damage on him, forcing him to back up off of the altar just in time for the rest of Team Min-Max to rotate. Then Diablo finds Rainer. Hound Wind just barely out of position, pins him against the wall. Rainer goes down, and that gets them the Sappers down bot and the extra shots. And it's 16-16, so fortunately for FreeBirds, they're going to be able to take this fight on even talent tiers, but it's going to be still down a fort, and it's going to be an even game in terms of heroics.
Even game. This fort still here. These sappers are pushing once again in the bottom lane, and look at where FreeBirds is. They are not anywhere close to those sappers, so they're basically saying, okay, another 3 points against us, and this altar has spawned. This could be GG if they are able to get this. And here comes the fight. Fancy Pants in trouble, has to drop that bunker. LZ Gamer being pushed back there by Phoenix. Rainer as well with his Raider, but is very low health. It finally gets killed there, so Raider down. Here's Dark Chimera trying to cap the altar, but big root there by Thrall. No follow-up, of course. Dragon's Arrow, APOC, that's been the story of this game. Will Hanzo be able to find anything here?
Ooh, a big Dragon's Arrow goes out. There's the APOC combo. The Sanctification goes down. There's the Purification Salvo. There's the Ancestral from Rhaegar, but Raynor goes down. Diablo finds Blaze against the wall. Diesel has to back out, and just like that, Team MinMax forces everybody out. VFDG looking for the extra kill, and this is going to be game. We are going to game 3 here as Team MinMax takes a tie match against the number 2 team here in the Open Division.
Our first game 3 of the evening, Ghost. Our evening has extended. 1:38 here on the East Coast. No problem. Murda still up, hanging out with ghostDunk, bringing you this HGC Open Division Cup number 4. And FreeBirds showing that maybe they're a bit mortal here up against Team MinMax.
Oh, I mean, I think they showed that they were mortal last game when Team MinMax was knocking on their core.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this very easily could have been a 2-0 and knocking FreeBirds out of this cup.
Yeah, and that was a calculated play there at the end on the side of FreeBirds. They allow those sappers in to let the game get down to 4, and they say, we need to win this team fight. If we don't win this team fight, we basically lose the game. They could win that team fight, start getting forts back, and they could have gotten themselves back into the game. But instead, some amazing play and an absolutely chaotic fight at the very end. And I want to highlight the Diablo build there. It was not the typical Diablo build we've seen all through HGC on this patch. Diablo build typically has been the level 1 of your choice and then just W build the whole way, usually Lightning Breath, sometimes APOC, but this Diablo went for a lot of the Shadow Charge talents, including Domination, which were overpower, resets your Shadow Charge cooldown. So very unorthodox play from Diablo, and it was incredibly effective on this map.
Yeah, I mean, especially his APOC being paired with that Dragon's Arrow, and every single time that they connected it, they found something amazing. You saw Tyrael try to make the adjustment with Sanctification, but maybe in my book, a bit weak on the front line in terms of peel. Did Tyrael, was he enough? And I mean, as evidenced with the loss, maybe he wasn't. To save that back line of the Phoenix and the Raynor in that game. Perhaps they could have picked up something else. Johanna was still on the board, for example. Do you think maybe Tyrael was the problem there for FreeBirds?
I think Tyrael probably was a big issue there. I think there are some other heroes that probably would have done better. I can see that you wanted the Sanctification for the Earthquake APOC combo and Wombo combos like that, but as you saw in the game, it didn't matter. Tyrael either was caught in it because that's what you saw with the Wombo combo coming out with that amazing 4-man Dragon Arrow. And in the last fight, you saw the Sanctification come out, but it didn't save at least one of the members. Right. And I'm not sure if there was an execution issue or if it was a comp issue as far as Tyrael is concerned, but I do think it was very underwhelming. Tyrael didn't give people the advantage that you wanted. I saw somebody I was arguing in chat pointed out that Tyrael gives Raynor some crazy good attack speed. Still didn't matter.
Still didn't matter.
Like Diablo, like with this current meta, I think the fights last too long and there's too much displacement in the game for Sanctification to be quite as good as it used to be. I mean, Sanctification is always good, and I think you could see it work real well in a dive comp, and in other places. And if history is any record, Tyrael's always going to come back around by the time BlizzCon shows up. So we could see that change for sure. Maybe people just aren't using Tyrael in the right way. I don't know if Tyrael was the right flex pick for them, though.
I mean, we know Battery, a fan of Tyrael, naming that team even to 10. So not surprised to see them pull it out. They had the lead and they're on stream. They're trying to show what they got. Teams are here. I don't know if we've told the stream yet. We are going to